All right. Let's go into a little bit more around what makes Body Tutor different than other programs. I know you mentioned those things, but how does it actually work and why is it so effective? I mean, I'll say this before you answer. When I got on it, I was at like 215, 216, 217 in weight. I lost 40 pounds the first, I think, year of working with it. Then I went and ran a half Ironman and did a half Ironman. It was the most transformative thing. And nothing was shocking about what we did to get there. So what did we do? Like, why did that work for me?
Ultimately, what we did was we devised a diet and exercise plan that was catered and customized to you. And then we helped you stick with it day in and day out, week after week, month after month, right? Each and every day you were sharing what you ate with your coach, right? You were uploading photos of what you ate or writing a description of what you ate, sharing what you did for exercise if it was an exercise day. And then every single day your coach is writing back to you, each and every day, right? So it's the fact that you're in communication with your coach every single day. You know, they're guiding you, they're supporting you, they're coaching you, they're holding you accountable. Everything that gets in the way and got in the way of your consistency, they would troubleshoot.
Yeah, and I won't say it's always easy to sit there and like, oh, I got to record my food again. Like I got to do this again. But in reality, it takes 10 minutes a day total of time, 5 minutes maybe if I'm quick. Yet so many times I would miss days of reporting. And if I went too many days in a row, a couple of days in a row, my Body Tutor would reach out to me, and like Matt, and you'd be like, "Hey man, what's going on? Everything good?" He'd text if I don't respond, he'd texting me, he'd calling me. We talk on the phone once in a while. He was like, "Hey, how are things going? What's going on?" And a lot of times it was just, "Hey, it's just been really, really busy. I've been eating fine." But a lot of times it was, "I've not been eating fine, and I don't want to say that." And so it's easier to get busy. I'll report it later. And but it's a lot harder to lie to somebody when they're texting you or calling you. I'm not going to lie to them.
And that proactive accountability is really, really important. And, I mean, we've been at this for a long time now. So typically we know the patterns. And when someone starts out really strong, as they usually do, and they, sometimes have these challenges. And if they stop reporting, it's like usually there's reasons. And one of them is they're not being as, good as they want to be or as perfect as they want to be. Yeah.
I'll give one story about when that made a huge impact on me. And it's going to sound super embarrassing for people listening to this, but I'll say it. I remember the first maybe week or two, I was writing my meals every day. And I thought, like, I would say to people, and I still would say, like, I eat better than probably 80% of people in America, or maybe, I don't know, a good chunk. I was eating meat and vegetables most meals. I didn't have pizza every night. I thought I was doing pretty good. But then I remember after a week or so, Matt texts me, and he was the one I got matched up with. He texts me and he's like, or messaged me and he's like, "Hey, how come you're having ice cream every single night?" And I remember my response was, "What do you mean? Doesn't everybody?" Like I literally said, "What do you mean? Doesn't everybody?" I had no idea that the majority of the world, maybe the majority of the world does, I don't know. I had no idea that it's not a good idea to have a bowl of ice cream every single solitary night.
Right.
It was just a habit I grew up with from my parents. My dad would have a bowl of ice cream every single day. I grew up in the Midwest where that's normal. You buy ice cream in the 5-quart pails. That's what you buy ice cream in. Every single day I would have ice cream. And I remember like thinking, oh no, I hope they don't make me take that away. Like I can't not have ice cream every single meal or every single day, like that. It hurt. It felt like I'm like, I can't give that up. I'm assuming that's a common story with people. Is there something that they don't even realize that they're doing that's derailing them? And that alone was 300, 400, 500 calories a day.
Totally. Well, a big part of that is like a lot of people are using food as a reward, right? So
100%.
you have a hard day, you worked hard, you deserve it, YOLO, whatever you want to say, right? It's like, I deserve this. And just changing that mindset is really powerful. Because for a lot of people, they don't even realize they're using it as a reward. And then of course, if you take that reward away, it's very hard. But one of our core philosophies is we want you to be fit and happy, not fit and miserable, right? And for I think you would attest to this. Like it wasn't about never enjoying ice cream again, but maybe just not every single night.
Yeah. Well, that leads us to the idea of a planned indulgence. Can you talk about what that means?
Yeah. So again, I want you to be fit and happy, not fit and miserable. And the plan has to be realistic. It has to be sustainable. It has to be desirable. And to never indulge again is that's not going to work. So the idea though is to pick and choose what, where, and when is worthwhile and who you're with. And the idea is if it's so good that you'll remember it in 2 weeks' time, then it's worth it, right? And we all indulge, or some of us used to indulge in bags of chips or cookies or whatever it might be. And sure, they're tasty, but we don't even remember it the following day, sometimes even that same afternoon, right? So what I want you to do is save yourself for the good stuff, the worthwhile stuff, the stuff that will pass the 2-week test. And ask yourself, will I remember this in 2 weeks' time? And I will never turn down a freshly baked cookie. I will never turn down delicious food that's like special. But like a bag of chips or cookies, like you can get that in any corner of the world.
Yeah.
Right. So save yourself for the good stuff, and it makes it a lot easier to kind of turn down the everyday temptations that aren't even that good.
And in fact, it might even make the good stuff even better because you're not every day getting that ice cream. So the ice cream you get that's really good is even better.
100%. And like one of the, secrets to happiness is anticipation, right? And it's fun to look forward to things, right? I've been looking forward to this. Like it's fun to look forward to things. And if you gave me the opportunity to have my favorite food tonight or in a week from now, I would usually choose a week from now because then I get to look forward to it all week versus just, all right, it's tonight and it's over, right?
Yeah.
So and it's like a vacation. You plan a vacation. Obviously, the vacation itself is amazing, but part of the fun of the vacation is looking forward to the vacation, right? That anticipation.
So how does this relate to the idea of cheat days?
So I don't believe in cheat days. I don't believe in the word cheat when it comes to food. There's no reason to feel guilty. We want to stop kind of, labeling food good or bad, because when you label it bad and then you eat bad, you feel bad, and it becomes this vicious cycle. There's food that's healthier for you. There's foods that is nutritious for you, but it's not, good or bad, right? There's food that's going to help you get closer to your goal and food that maybe doesn't. But to me, it's not about cheat days. To me, it's about picking, a few times a week where you want to indulge, and it should be guilt-free. There should be, you shouldn't feel bad about it, and that's it.
Yeah, it's so important. I can't overemphasize how important, and how that's impacted me. The idea of looking forward to something. I even have a note. I'll if something pops in my head, that sounds really good right now. It's almost like Oprah's. She has a rule called the 24-hour rule. It's wait to buy something for 24 hours, and if she still wants it, then so I'll take a note and you know what sounds really good right now? An Oreo milkshake. Oh, from Jack in the Box. Geez, that sounds amazing. I'll write it down. On my next week, I'm gonna get an Oreo milkshake. And most of the time, by tomorrow, I'm like, why did I want an Oreo milkshake so bad? That actually doesn't sound that good. It was a momentary thing, maybe related to something I was going through, some stress, or maybe just brought up a memory of how I enjoyed them. And if it sticks with me for a few days, then great. Friday night, I'm gonna enjoy it, and then not having guilt it makes food taste so much better.
It makes it taste so much better. And as I often say, it's never about the food. It's about what the food allows us to avoid and or the void it fills.
Yeah.
Right. So often we're after the experience of eating something or drinking something, a milkshake can bring back, fun childhood memories, or we're really stressed or disappointed or frustrated. But it's rarely about the food, right? It's about what the food allows us to avoid. And I know one of the things we help our clients do is help them get in touch with that emotional aspect of it, the psychology of it, right? Because so many of our decisions are based on what's going on between our ears. It's not, it's not just about what we think we want.